Hi, Larry, WD0AKX. I'm switching out my HF radio, and I'll tell you why. So the last few years I've been using the Yaesu FTDX 3000, which is an excellent radio, excellent performer, nothing against the radio, other than in the last video I was telling you about my low vision problem, and my vision has been getting worse over the last couple of years, and now HF is not so fun anymore because I can't see the controls on the radio very well. The knobs and controls are just difficult to see for my eyes right now. So even the frequency display is small for me to read. I have some magnifying glasses that I have to put on in order to see what I'm doing with this radio now. It does have a large screen display. I just went into the menu system here. You can see that's still very difficult to read, and it is not a touch screen. With normal vision, this wouldn't have been a problem at all, but with my vision now, I've had to use these glasses, magnifying glasses, to make HF fun for me using this radio. So I have to make a change. So the radio I chose to go with is the Icom IC7300. So this is the desk in my garage. I operate a lot from the garage in the summertime because I'm outdoors a lot. So it makes sense to have my HF radio out here, and I can jump on the air once in a while during the day. And I can make this very versatile though, which I will be doing, putting in the Anderson power pole on the power connector, power cable. So I can just pull this radio from here and bring it up into the shack indoors if I want to use it up there, or outside on the patio, on the deck. So I think it'll work very well for me. It's a very lightweight and easy to move around radio. I'll show you some of the features I like about this radio. First of all is the screen size. I can see it fairly well.
F514.234 megahertz.
The speech
USB.
button can be very handy at times for me also. Selecting the bands are fairly easy for me. I can see this quite well, and you can select up to 3 different sections of each band by tapping it 3 different times. And changing modes is very easy from the touch screen also. I also like the fact you can enter the frequency directly right from the touch screen. I can see that very easy. There is also the waterfall display, which is at the bottom here. I have it turned on, and you can also make it a little bigger, easier to see. And it's very bright on the screen, so I can see that fairly decent. Since I'm out in the garage, you can hear the birds chirping in the background, not the radio. Now, the thing about the waterfall display, you can tap on a signal and move right directly to that signal. Using reading glasses anyhow, and sometimes not, I can see pretty much everything on the touch screen, and most everything on the radio can be controlled from the touch screen, so that's very nice. And the remaining knobs and buttons that are on the front of the radio are fairly easy for me to find. I have them memorized pretty much. There's not that many of them. And everything on screen in the menu system is easy for me to see now, and I can just touch what I need without looking for a button or control on the radio to change the settings. And that's very helpful for me. And here's a feature I really like: the RF gain control and squelch control on one knob. The inner knob is the volume, but if you turn to the right at 12 o'clock you have the squelch control, and to the left of 12 o'clock you have the RF gain control. Squelch control is an RF squelch, so you can see on the S meter where it cuts off. Sometimes I like to use the RF gain and sometimes the squelch, depending on conditions and what's going on the band. And here you can see to the left of 12 o'clock it's the RF gain control. The SD card is nice to back up my settings. The tuning rate changes. The faster you spin the VFO knob, the faster it will change frequencies. So you can go fast or slow down and zero in on the signal. And remember how you could zip around the shortwave bands on a multi-band radio? Well, you can pretty much do that with the 7300. It'll move very quickly across the shortwave spectrum. Of course, you'd want to go a little slower to listen for signal blips, and if you're looking for things across the spectrum. But just showing you, it will tune very quickly. So you can set up a beep for indicating the band edges. That's kind of nice also if you're not looking at the display all the time. So just to summarize, I thought I would show this. If any of you have low vision problems or anything, this could be a radio you may consider. And for the price range, this radio is still in my price range. I know there are more expensive radios that also have large displays, and you can hook the radios up to a computer screen and things like that to make things bigger. But as for the radio itself, this radio just has a lot of features I really like, and so far I'm very happy with it. I think it'll be in the shack here for many years to come. I learned a lot about this radio even before I purchased it from a YouTube channel called Ham Cured Smoke. I'll leave a link down below, but what he does on there is breaks the manual of this radio down into pages or sections and goes through it step by step, showing what to do on the radio. Gives you the actual kind of how to do it with the radio. That was very helpful for me. So thanks for watching, and 7-3 from Radio Ham Guy on YouTube, WD0AKX. Hi, Larry here, WD0AKX. I'm going blah blah blah.